Good afternoon. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to afternoon news source only here at Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. One of the two teenage gunmen in the Tacloban City school shooting was able to fire at least 33 gunshots and even reloaded his pistol according to PNP. A trial chamber of the International Criminal Court wants former President Rodrigo Duterte to be physically present ahead of his trial provided he is cleared by medical specialists. The Senate will open an investigation into Monday's fatal school shooting in Tacloban City to determine if the incident was connected to the growing concerns over the online radicalization of young people. Interior and Local Government Secretary John Vic Remulla is supporting calls to lower the age of criminal responsibility. The fourth day of the pre-trial conference for Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial commenced on Wednesday. Globe Telecom has secured 5 billion pesos term loan from BDO Unibank to strengthen its funding capacity for network investment as it pursues capacity upgrades and refinance existing debt. Lionel Messi set a World Cup record with his 17th and 18th goals, and defending champion Argentina advanced to the knockout stage with a 2-0 victory over Austria. Jose Marichan revealed that he has stopped receiving royalties from his songs due to declining record sales and digital consumption. Today is the 24th of June 2026, Wednesday, and I'm Chynna Basillaje bringing you today's top stories. Now let's move on to this afternoon's headlines. One of the two teenage gunmen in the Tacloban City school shooting was able to fire at least 33 gunshots and even reloaded his pistol, resulting in the killing of 3 of their schoolmates and wounding at least 20 others. In a briefing in Malacanang on Tuesday, Philippine National Police spokesperson Colonel Allen Reyco said that the crime scene investigators were able to recover 34 cartridges. According to COD, the first shooter, 15-year-old alias Ron, was only able to fire once before he was restrained by law enforcement officers at 9:30 a.m. on Monday, 10 minutes after the first round of shots were fired at San Jose National High School. And the trial chamber of the International Criminal Court wants former President Rodrigo Duterte to be physically present ahead of his trial, provided he is cleared by medical specialists. Presiding Judge Joanna Corner of Trial Chamber 3 told lead defense counsel Peter Haynes that Duterte's attendance is expected on September 7 after his medical evaluation by court-appointed doctors. The British judge noted that the chamber only granted Duterte's request to be excused from Tuesday's second status conference because of its relatively short procedure. And the Senate will open an investigation into Monday's fatal school shooting in Tacloban City to determine if the incident was connected to the growing concerns over the online radicalization of young people. The inquiry, set to begin on the 1st of July, will aim to determine whether online and gaming platforms could be held liable following reports they are being weaponized by groomers to encourage children to be radically violent. The investigation would be a continuation of the April 14 hearing launched by the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality, chaired by Senator Risa Hontiveros. Meanwhile, Interior and Local Government Secretary John Vic Remulla is supporting calls to lower the age of criminal responsibility. Yes, I am. The juvenile justice law, the defect we see in our analysis is that juveniles are now being used to be drug couriers so that if they get caught, they cannot be charged, Remulla told reporters in Filipino in a chance interview at Camp Crame on Wednesday. Republic Act No. 9344 or the Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act states that children 15 years old and younger are exempt from criminal liability and would instead be subjected to intervention programs. And the fourth day of the pre-trial conference for Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial commenced on Wednesday as both the House prosecution panel and the Vice President's defense team continued the marking of evidence. The proceedings entered a fourth day despite expectations from both camps that the pretrial conference would conclude on its second day. On Wednesday, the prosecution and defense continued marking evidence for Article 1, which pertains to Duterte's alleged misuse of confidential funds, and Article 2, which covers her supposed unexplained wealth. And Globe Telecom has secured a 5 billion pesos term loan from the BDO Unibank to strengthen its funding capacity for network investments as it pursues capacity upgrades and refinance existing debt. In a disclosure on Wednesday, Globe said the financing will be used to partially fund capital expenditures, refinance debt, and support general corporate requirements. The loan will support Globe's planned cash spending of less than $1 billion this year as it balances network expansion with balance sheet discipline. And the Philippine shares closed lower with the benchmark PSEI declining 31.31 points or 0.51% to 6,094.91, reflecting cautious investor sentiment across most sectors. The broader all shares index also slipped 15.74 points or 0.47% to 3,349.40. The financial sector posted the steepest decline among major indices, falling 1.30% to 1,909.61, while the mining and oil index dropped 1.20% to 15,463.67. Services also retreated 0.89%, contributing to the market's overall weakness. Industrial shares edged down 0.09% and holding firms slipped 0.14%, indicating broad-based losses across the market. Property was the lone gainer, rising 0.37% to 1,859.77, supported by selective buying in real estate counters. And in sports, Lionel Messi set a World Cup record with his 17th and 18th goals, and defending champion Argentina advanced to the knockout stage with a 2-0 victory over Austria. Messi had a golden opportunity to break the record in the ninth minute, but went wide to the right on a penalty kick. Almost 30 minutes later, Messi caught Alexander Schlager leaning the wrong way after Thiago Almada let Facundo Medina's pass go by him directly onto Messi's left foot. And Jose Marichan revealed that he has stopped receiving royalties from his songs due to declining record sales and digital consumption. Chan made the revelation during the press conference for his upcoming concert Afterglow Seasons of the Heart in Pasig City on Tuesday, June 23. Unfortunately, since record sales are almost zero now, nobody buys records. Nobody buys CDs anymore. They download, and so it's hard to quantify those. So I have not been receiving my checks from those recording companies, he said. And Katribu, did you know on June 24, 1571, Manila was proclaimed the capital of the Spanish colonial administration in the Philippines. Earlier in Cebu, Spanish colonizer Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, having heard of the rich resources of Manila, dispatched two of his lieutenant commanders, Martin de Goiti and Juan de Salcedo, to explore the northern region. After hearing that the city had been conquered, Legazpi came to join Goiti in Manila. He formed a peace pact with the native councils Raja Sulaiman and Raja Lakandula. And viral with 2.4 million views, a clip shows firefighters responding to what appears to be a burning billboard, only to find that it is actually part of the promotional stunt for a film. Let's watch this.
Guys, hindi po siya sunog! Hindi siya sunog, guys! Stay lang yan, stay! Wow, mali lang yan, guys! Stay lang ng billboard yan! Billboard na pumusok talaga siya, guys! Hindi ka may bumbero duwating, guys!
That's all for now. Join us again at 4:30 p.m. still here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Once again, I'm Chynna Basillaje, and this has been Tribune News on Q.